So guys, this is a very sad video, man, because these are two guys that I knew personally and interviewed on my very first channel, not the one that I had before this, the Windy City Report, but the very first channel back in like 2013, 2014, the Chicago World News thing. And it was very disappointing, okay, when I heard about this, but I have to be honest with you guys. This is what I was talking about several months ago, that there's a lot of beef between guys in the same gangs up north. I can't speak on every gang in the city having this problem, but up north, man, there's been a lot of beef between. This is how the whole thing with the Hoolies and PBG fell apart. Like, they were clicked up, they were getting along. I told you guys it wasn't ops that, caused that to break apart. It was, them killing one of their own. I mean, not one of their own, but like somebody, it was basically guys that were clicked up getting into it, and somebody dying as a result of that. So it was not surprising, okay, when I heard about this, because like I said, anything you see on the gram, on the internet regarding these gangs, is take that with a grain of salt and just allow yourself the possibility of it being fake, because a lot of this stuff is looking good for the internet, but in real life, it's not all good at all, man. And it's not like the whole family vibe. It's like you can't trust nobody type vibe. So anyways, one of the things that I'm putting this video out for is because a lot of the information that I've seen about this online is totally incorrect. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys the real story on what happened. I've been seeing stuff online saying 1212 baby killed Kenben from Loke City, and that it was he's being charged with murder. He's locked up. They're talking about free him. No, incorrect. Okay, so back on November 16th, baby and Kenben from Loke City, who he claimed a set called Kino World, which is named for a guy named Kino Glass, who got killed years ago. He was a student at Sen High School, where I worked a little bit. I didn't know Kino personally. I did know Ken personally. They were friends, and Kino World was the main thing that Ken repped. This is off of Howard Street in Rogers Park. For everybody that's not from Chicago, I'm at the location in this video, and I'm also interspersing with pics of the two guys. Ken is the tall, lighter skinned one. Baby is the shorter, darker skinned guy. Both of these are very well recognized and well known members from Loke City. Loke City is like a big neighborhood. Okay, it's a Howard Street. It's like the far north end of Chicago. They're in a war with several other different sets. Most Loke City members are GDs, but they also have other. They've got some BDs, and they're clicked up with a set called Potts Block and a set called IBM, Insane Black Mafia. But I would say the majority of the people off Howard Street are GDs, and that's like going back generations. The older generation over there was called CME, Chasing Money Entertainment. And they used to get along with the guys from Farwell, which was called Farwell Family, but that fell apart due to the death of a guy named Freaky back in 2008. I've said this before a million times on the channel, but it's for people that haven't seen those older videos. And then that's, basically, it was already getting bad before that, but that really, Freaky was first blood, and then it sparked a war between Howard Street and Farwell, which is only a few blocks to the south of this, and both of those are predominantly GDs. So it's basically GDs on GDs, and like I said, both of these sets, it's not everything is cool between the members, okay? I'm not gonna, say too much, but it's like, for all the kids looking at this like this is a family, no. There's no love in the streets whatsoever, bro. You can't trust nobody. You can't trust your old so-called homies. That's the lesson to learn from this. But anyways, Ken and Baby are both Loke City. They were in an argument, okay, over by the location that I'm going to show you guys in this video, right by the L station right here, okay, where I'm showing you guys. I start the video off like I'm standing on the L platform, just getting off the L. Okay, this is the far north end of the L. Howard Street, you got to get off the red line, and you can either switch to the yellow line, which isn't operating right now because it just had an accident, and or the purple line, which goes out to Evanston. Okay, so on November 16th, which was last week, they were arguing over there. I don't know what the argument was about. Anything you see online about what the argument was about, don't believe it. So they're arguing, and they, the altercation turns physical. Baby takes out a gun and shoots Ken. Okay, the police came to the scene to investigate. Okay, the police are always in that area, like always. Like if you are from East Rogers Park, the police are always hanging out over by Howard Street, Street L. It's a big transportation hub where all the bus routes kind of converge, and there's a lot of shopping over there. And it's a location where gang members from Logue City are known to hang out, and where there's been a lot of shootings at gang members from, rivals coming through. So police are like always over there. Okay, they would like the altercation was turning physical. They're on their way to the scene. Baby shoots Ken. Ken was bigger than Baby. He was taller, but Baby was kind of like stockier. I don't know who was stronger, to be honest with you. Ken was 30 and Baby was 25. When I interviewed Ken, he was probably about 21 or 22. And Baby was 18 when I interviewed him. Baby came up to the police at the scene and told the police that he had just shot Ken. Okay, nobody snitched on Baby. If you hear anything of that, like that, no. Baby went up to the cops right then and there. That's number one. Number two, it was captured on camera. There's cameras right there. So the whole thing was on video. I can't show the video. I don't even have the video. Even if I did, I couldn't show it because that gets a strike. But Baby comes up to the cops. He tells the cops, I just shot him in self-defense. It was a physical fight, and I shot him in self-defense. So the police arrested him. And by the way, this was about 2 p.m. So this happened like right in the middle of the day. And that area is always busy. But at that time, there's like plenty of people around. The cameras are rolling and everything. So he told officers that he gave the gun to his sister after the shooting. Okay, Baby told that to the police. So Ken died about 30 minutes later. Police said that he had 2 gunshot wounds to the left side of his chest and another one to his arm. So one of the cops said in the report that the prosecutors did not charge him with murder. I've been seeing online these rumors, Baby's charged with Ken's body. No. He's not charged with murder. It was in the system, in the Chicago police arrests database, that he was charged with murder. That was an error. That was a mistake. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but on the Cook County Inmate Locator and on the Chicago Police Arrest Database, you got to take everything that they say in there with a grain of salt, because oftentimes it gets updated late. Okay, even like they may ask the prosecutor to charge him with some or whatever, to do this or do that, and it might go in the system looking like that, but then the prosecutor decides not to do that. So an officer noted in the report that prosecutors did not charge him with murder. So Baby is not charged with Ken's body. He's only charged with unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. Okay, if you're in the arrest database and you actually click on the details, it shows the real charge. Okay, the murder charge that they have on the main page is incorrect. So the judge in this case is Kelly McCarthy. The prosecutors asked her to hold Baby in jail during the detention hearing over the weekend, and the judge decided not to do that. She released Baby on an ankle band. Okay, so he's free. Baby is not locked up. I've been seeing in the, online on the various blogs and stuff, people talking about Baby's locked up. Everybody's saying free him. He's not locked up. He's free. Okay, maybe at the time they made those posts, he was just like sitting in the, like waiting for his hearing in the county or something. I don't know, because like they can hold you, I think, for like 48 hours or whatever. He's free, bro. He's free on an ankle band. Anything you see online about this, and I've seen a lot of posts online on a lot of these different pages, is incorrect. He's not locked up. He's not charged with murder. And they're saying that it was self-defense. So he's only charged with unlawful use of a weapon. Okay, that is the real story. But this is very sad for Logue City, man. Logue City's lost a lot of people recently. And not all these people were gang members. Some of them were just from the neighborhood, like the 5-year, I think he was 5, Boom, who got killed, the 5-year-old. Obviously he was not a gang member. He just, he's 5 years old. And I think the older guy who got killed several years back on Lakeshore Drive, Keon, he was just like from the neighborhood, I think, too. He was like somebody's dad. He, by all indications, was not the intended target of that. But anyways, they've lost a lot of people, man. That neighborhood, they lost, like I said, going back, Keon. They recently lost King Ty. They lost Lil JJ. Now they lost Ken. Boom, rest in peace to Boom. Obviously, Boom's death was the one who made that group, that Native Sons group, ask the gangs for a ceasefire, like, during certain hours of the day, so the kids could make it home from school safe. And so far, no more kids that I know have been killed since then. But yeah, it's an area that has been gentrified a little bit, but it still happens. It's not nearly as bad as it was back in the 90s or the early 2000s when I was living there. Back then, it had a higher murder rate even than Woodlawn. But the area has improved a lot. It's a very eclectic neighborhood. Kenben is a reflection of that. He's the son of a Jamaican father and an American black mother. And that's pretty typical of the neighborhood. I would say it's probably about 50%, as far as the black people there in the neighborhood, probably about 50% like Caribbean and African, and then 50% American black. So Sullivan High School is like that. Sen High School is like that. They got like 75 languages spoken over there. So a lot of Jamaican restaurants and stuff like that in the area. And, there's a lot of whites in the area. I would say like where the black people are at. But you go a few blocks to the west of that, and it's like almost all Mexican. That's where Clark Street is at, where they have all their businesses. And then you have, the Latin Kings over there. The gangs in that area have certain corners where they hang out, and I'm not going to go through all those in this video. I've done that in plenty of other videos, but, right there by the Howard L stop by the currency exchange is one of them. Okay, I'll just say that for this video, but just stay away from the spots where the gang members hang out, and you should be pretty good. It's not really, I would not characterize this as like an exceptionally dangerous neighborhood. It has gang violence and sometimes random stuff like this, but yeah, homie on homie, man, part of the same set. That's how it goes. That's like, the gang life exposed for what it really is. And there's been guys getting locked up, from the other side, and I've been talking about, you act like I died when I got locked up. I'm in here starving and y'all are out there spending money, going on vacation and stuff. Like, that's what's really going on, bro. It ain't no family. It ain't no family, man. Shout out to that Native Sons group and all the people who are trying to stop the violence in that neighborhood. Shout out to the pastors showing these guys a real family, okay? Not like the gang, which is going to, stab you in the back and throw you under the bus. Not like that. So, anyways, man, rest in peace to Kenben, man. Very sad situation. It's your boy, Chicago News. I'm out.